In this video, I will share with you the 3 things that are stopping you from creating your own reality. What's up everyone? Welcome to another video. This is Sunny from personalmasteryquest.com, and today I want to talk about the 3 biggest things that are constantly getting in your way of creating your own reality. Before we get into that, I do want to say that if you are a millennial and you are feeling really unfulfilled at your current job, you are feeling lost or uncertain about what you want to do in the future, I have created a specific program that will help you gain clarity, direction, and a purpose about what you want to do in the future and, really find your true goal and true path. I've been through this whole process myself, and I've really boiled this process down into a science, and I would love to share with you. So if you are interested in working with me, check the description box below for the link regarding more info on that. So other than that, let's get right into it. The 3 things holding you back most from creating your own reality. Number 1 is excess importance. Now, a lot of you who have been following my videos for a while, and also anybody who has read the book Reality Transurfing, knows that importance equals problems in the future, right? Whenever you attribute excessive meaning to anything in life, whenever you attribute a lot of importance to a certain goal or something that you want to occur in your reality, you are actually getting in your own way of making that happen. To explain this concept to you in a more clear way, I have just drawn this very simple diagram. So if you look right here, this black line represents reality. Reality is unbiased, it's indifferent, it is completely balanced. So it's just the straight line, right? And if this is you're right here, and this is your goal. This is where you want to go. Let's say, for example, that you want to achieve this goal, and this goal is a new house. And it is becoming so important for you. You really want this new house, you want it to happen, but you are attributing so much importance to it that in the present moment, you are always just thinking about scenarios of your new house. You're always just thinking about, man, it's going to take so much work to eventually be able to afford that house. How am I ever going to do it? All these different types of thoughts. What you are doing by attributing it so much importance, you're actually distorting your view of reality. So what happens is that you go off onto this red line. And when you go onto this red line, you have a very distorted perception of reality. And now this is what introduces all these obstacles, all these problems into your life between you and your goal. The black line is the path of least resistance, where if you are here and this is where you want to go, you can simply head towards this direction by starting to take action towards the goal with conscious awareness and while reducing importance along the way. If you are in complete detachment to the end result, you can simply move forward and achieve the goal in a much lesser time, as compared to if you keep attributing excess importance to all your goals. What you do is you distort your view of reality, and you might get there, you might not. If you do get there, it's going to take you a lot more energy, effort, time, and work. And really in the end, you will realize that you are the only person getting in your own way. So you see, importance can be discussed about forever, but what it really does is it distorts your perception of reality. You don't see things the way they really are when you are obsessed with something, when you really want something to happen. So what you need to do is move forward with emotional detachment. Importance means that you are attached to the end result. And as long as you are constantly attached, what it means is that end result, that potential end result that you want to happen, has control over you right now. So what you do is you neglect the present moment, you neglect your happiness now, and you simply choose to live in your imagination where this might or might not happen. And it introduces all these obstacles into your path. Every single obstacle that you experience in your life is because of excess importance being applied somewhere. So whenever you are coming up against something that you don't enjoy, you don't like, sit down, reflect, and see and ask yourself, where have I attributed excess importance? What am I expecting of someone or something? And really try to identify that, and consciously in that moment reduce the level of importance that you are attributing to it. You'd be surprised how many of your obstacles would just vanish if you just reduce the importance and let the flow of events play out. Number 2, battling against the flow of life. Now, this is something that everybody is guilty of. When something happens, our mind is conditioned to react negatively to that stimulus. This happens because our mind has a certain script, right? So from you here to your goal, your mind has created this script of how to get there, and everything needs to happen according to plan in order for you to be happy and joyful along the way. But things never go according to plan, and the mind has no way of mapping anything out. See, your mind only knows what currently is and what has already been. It doesn't know what will be. If your mind only knows what has been and what is right now, how can you expect to rely on your mind to take you where you have never been before? So you see, every single time you introduce an intention, you start a whole new flow of cause and effect relationships. And again, if you want to take it back to this diagram, there is always in this present moment a path of least resistance. But you don't know what that path of least resistance is. So just say you need to get fired from your job in order for you to achieve your goal. And that is on the path of least resistance. But when it happens, there is no way for your mind to know that that can be a potentially good thing for you in the future. So when it happens, you introduce all this, excessive importance, you battle against the flow, you express a lot of negative emotion towards the event. What happens again, you distort your perception of reality and you go onto a different life path that is not the path of least resistance. A life path on which so many more obstacles exist for you. And so what you really do is just end up working against yourself. Battling against the flow of life is battling against yourself. Everything is happening according to plan. Everything is happening to fulfill your greater intention. These aren't just things that we say to remain positive. These are things that we say because they are true. Now, number 3, the last thing that is greatly holding you back from creating your own reality is lack of conscious awareness. The great part about this is that if you enhance your conscious awareness, you automatically get rid of number 1 and number 2. If you are consciously aware, you aren't going to always be neglecting your happiness in the present moment and attributing a lot of importance and attachment to the end result of whatever you are pursuing. And also, you will not be rejecting the events of life. You will just go with the flow of life. You will remain calm, detached, and you will simply place one foot in front of the other and just go get what you want. Go get what is yours. Conscious awareness is the most fundamental aspect of creating your own reality. And until you start really get to know yourself, until you start to build this present moment awareness, become in this reflective state where you are aware of the thoughts that you are thinking and the emotions that you are expressing from moment to moment, you will never be able to create your own reality. And you will always be a victim of your circumstance. Conscious awareness is what will allow you to not be so reactive to everything that happens, to everyone that always tries to provoke you or trigger you. Conscious awareness is what you need in order to actually direct the flow of your thought in a beneficial manner, to always make sure that you are feeling good, because to create a positive reality, you need to feel positive most of the time. Now, by the term conscious awareness, I don't just mean 15 minutes of meditation a day. I mean always throughout your day as you go about doing whatever you do, always being in a state of present moment awareness and really noticing how you are thinking, what you are thinking about, always knowing what you are feeling and how you are reacting to everything that is happening around you. Conscious awareness is not something that is done for a short amount of time. However, that's a good way to start. But what you want to eventually be doing is always have your awareness at what you're doing right now, in the present moment, not in thoughts of past or future. So to sum it up, the 3 things you need to improve on is to stop giving excess meaning or importance to things, your goals, to other people, anything. Anything that you are attached to will always have control over you and will always end up leading you to distort your perception of reality. 2, stop battling against the flow of life. Anything that you want to happen is on its way to you, but you have to simply walk towards it with conscious awareness and stop rejecting the events that happen. Accept them, learn from them, and just remain detached, keep moving. Number 3 is enhance your conscious awareness. You can only go about this process of consciously creating if you enhance your conscious awareness. That is your biggest power. So that is all I have for you today. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up and share this video with a friend who would also find it helpful. Again, if you're a millennial and you want to find purpose, you want to find direction and clarity about your future, you can now work with me. The link for that is in the description box below. Other than that, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.